What if I told you that one innocent mistake, one thing you thought was completely harmless, could permanently cancel your green card in 2026? Not suspend it, not delay it, cancel it. Gone. Forever. Today I am going to reveal 5 deadly mistakes that USCIS is actively watching for right now, and most immigrants have no idea they are making them. Stay with me. Every second of this video could save your status, your family, and your future in America. Listen to me very carefully. What is happening right now inside USCIS is unlike anything we have seen in the last 20 years. There are new eligibility interpretation changes that went into effect in early 2026, and these changes are being applied retroactively to pending cases. That means even if you filed your application months ago, even if you did everything right at the time, your case can now be flagged, denied, or worse, referred for removal proceedings. This is not a rumor. This is not speculation. This is coming directly from updated USCIS policy guidance memos, from changes in how adjudicators are interpreting INA Section 212, INA Section 237, and the public charge ground under INA Section 212A.4. The rules on the books haven't all changed, but the way they are being enforced has changed dramatically. And here is what terrifies me. Most immigrants, most families, most even some lawyers are not aware of how these small interpretation shifts are creating massive traps. People are walking into USCIS interviews thinking everything is fine and walking out with their cases denied and a notice to appear in immigration court. I am seeing this in case after case after case. People from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Mexico, Guatemala, Nigeria, Philippines. It does not matter where you are from. If you have a green card application pending, if you are a green card holder, or if you are on any temporary status, you need to watch this entire video. Do not skip ahead. Do not assume this does not apply to you, because the 5 mistakes I am about to reveal, at least one of them, probably applies to your situation right now. Let us get right into it. Mistake number 1, and this is the one that is destroying the most cases right now in 2026, is what I call the travel trap. Here is what is happening. Under the updated USCIS and CBP coordination protocols, if you are a green card holder and you travel outside the United States for more than 6 months, you already know that can be a problem. But what most people do not know is that in 2026, even trips of 90 to 180 days are now being heavily scrutinized. CBP officers at airports, at JFK, at LAX, at Dallas-Fort Worth, at Chicago O'Hare, they are now using a new internal flagging system. If you are a green card holder and you have taken multiple trips of 4 months, 5 months, even if each trip is under 6 months, they are adding up your total time outside the country over the last 5 years. And if that total exceeds a certain threshold, you are getting pulled into secondary inspection. And in secondary inspection, this is where it gets dangerous. They are now asking questions like, where do you really live? Where do your children go to school? Where do you file your taxes? Do you have a home in the United States? And if your answers suggest that your real life, your primary residence, is outside the U.S., they are initiating abandonment proceedings under INA Section 101A.20. I had a subscriber message me last week. A man from Pakistan, green card holder for 11 years. He went back to Lahore to take care of his sick father. He was gone for 5 months. Came back. 3 months later, went again for 4 months. Came back. Went again for 5 months. Each trip was under 6 months. He thought he was safe. He lands at JFK 2 months ago, pulled into secondary, and they told him, "Sir, you have spent more time outside the United States than inside. We are placing you in removal proceedings." 11 years of green card status, potentially gone, because of a pattern of travel that looked like abandonment, even though each individual trip was technically under the limit. This is the trap. It is not about one trip. It is about the pattern. And in 2026, they are watching this pattern more aggressively than ever before. Mistake number 2. This one is silently affecting thousands and thousands of cases, and most people do not even realize it until their case is denied. I am talking about the public charge ground of inadmissibility. Now, under the Biden administration, the public charge rule was softened. They issued a new final rule in 2022 that was more lenient. But here is what has changed in 2026. While the formal regulation has not been completely rewritten, the internal guidance to USCIS adjudicators, has shifted significantly. What does this mean in plain English? It means that if you have used certain government benefits, if you have received Medicaid in some states, if you have used SNAP benefits, if your household has received cash assistance, USCIS adjudicators are now weighing this more heavily in the totality of circumstances test. And this is not just for new green card applicants. This is also affecting people who are filing Form I-751 to remove conditions on their green card. This is affecting people filing in 400 for naturalization, because during the adjudication process, they pull your entire history. They can see what benefits were received by your household. I know a family from Guatemala. Husband filed I-485 adjustment of status. Wife had received Medicaid during pregnancy for their U.S. citizen child. Completely legal, completely allowed. But during the interview, the officer asked about it extensively, asked for documentation, asked about household income, and ultimately, the case was delayed for additional evidence under a public charge concern. Now, did the case get denied? Not yet, but it has been sitting in administrative processing for 7 months because of this. 7 months of stress, 7 months of not knowing. And this is happening to thousands of families right now. The trap here is that many immigrants use benefits that they are legally entitled to, benefits that are specifically exempt from public charge consideration. But because of the way questions are being asked in interviews, and because of the updated internal guidance, cases are getting flagged anyway. You must know which benefits are exempt. You must have documentation ready. I will tell you exactly what to do about this in the solutions section. Stay with me. Mistake number 3. And this one honestly scares me the most, because it can affect anyone, even if your immigration case is perfect. I am talking about your phone, your WhatsApp messages, your Facebook posts, your Instagram stories, your TikTok videos, your social media activity. In 2026, CBP has dramatically expanded its authority to search electronic devices at ports of entry. This includes airports, land borders, and even certain interior checkpoints. And what they are looking for has expanded beyond just criminal activity or terrorism. They are now looking for immigration fraud indicators. What does that mean? Let me give you real examples. If you entered the US on a tourist visa, AB1/B2, and CBP searches your phone, and they find WhatsApp messages where you told your cousin, "I am going to America, and I am going to look for a job and stay." That is evidence of immigrant intent on a non-immigrant visa. That is fraud. Under INA Section 212A(6)(c), that is a permanent bar, not a 10-year bar, not a 5-year bar, a lifetime ban from the United States. Another example, you are on an H-1B visa. You are going through your green card process. CBP searches your phone at the airport, and they find messages where you discussed doing freelance work on the side, cash jobs, working for a company that is not your H-1B sponsor. That is unauthorized employment. That can trigger a finding that you violated your status, which can result in your green card application being denied, and you being placed in removal proceedings. I had someone contact me from India. Software engineer. H-1B holder for 6 years. I-140 approved. Green card almost ready. He was coming back from a trip to Delhi. CBP officer at San Francisco airport asked to see his phone. He had messages on WhatsApp where a friend was asking him to help build a website for his small business, and he had replied, "Sure, I will do it for a small fee." That message, those 15 words, triggered a secondary inspection that lasted 4 hours. They copied data from his phone. His case is now under review. 15 words on WhatsApp. That is all it takes in 2026. And it is not just at airports. USCIS officers during interviews, during I-485 interviews, during naturalization interviews, have been known to ask applicants to show their phones. They ask about social media accounts. They cross-reference what you posted online with what you put on your application. If your Facebook says you were living in New Jersey, but your application says you were living in Texas, that is a discrepancy. And discrepancies in 2026 trigger fraud investigations. Mistake number 4. Taxes. This is the silent killer of immigration cases, and almost nobody talks about it. If you are a green card holder, you are required to file U.S. federal income taxes every year, every single year, even if you earned income abroad, even if you had very little income, even if you think you do not owe anything. You must file. Now here is the trap in 2026. When you file your N-400 for naturalization, They ask you for 5 years of tax returns, or 3 years if filing based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. And what USCIS adjudicators are doing now, more aggressively than ever, is cross-referencing your tax returns with your immigration history. Did you claim the earned income tax credit while you were on a visa status that does not allow work authorization? That is a red flag. Did you file taxes as single while your immigration application says you are married? That is a red flag. Did you file taxes from an address that does not match the address on your green card application? Red flag. Did you not file taxes for 1 or more years? Major red flag, because failure to file taxes can be considered a crime, specifically a misdemeanor under 26 U.S.C. Section 7203, and any crime, even a misdemeanor, can trigger inadmissibility or deportability grounds. Mistake number 5, and this one is the one that is catching people completely off guard. Police interactions, traffic stops, domestic disputes, even being a witness to a crime. In 2026, the cooperation between local law enforcement and ICE, through programs like 287G agreements and a Secure Communities program, has expanded to more jurisdictions than ever before. What does this mean? It means that in many cities and counties across America, if a police officer stops you for a broken taillight and they run your name through the system, and there is any flag on your immigration record, ICE gets notified. And it gets worse. If you are arrested, even if you are not convicted, even if the charges are dropped, the arrest itself goes on your record. And that arrest record shows up when USCIS processes your case. I know a man from Nigeria, green card holder. His neighbor called the police during an argument about a fence between their properties. Police came, filed a report. No arrest, no charges, nothing happened. But 3 years later, when he filed his N-400 for citizenship, USCIS asked him about this police interaction. He had not disclosed it on his application because he thought, nothing happened, no arrest, no charges. Why would I mention it? That failure to disclose was treated as a lack of good moral character. His naturalization was denied, not because of the incident, but because he did not disclose it. The trap is not always the incident itself. The trap is not being transparent about it. Now, I know I have scared you. I know this feels overwhelming, but that is exactly why I made this video. Because knowledge is power. And if you know these traps exist, you can avoid them. You can protect yourself and your family. Let me go through each mistake and tell you exactly what to do. Solution for mistake number 1, the travel trap. If you are a green card holder, keep a detailed travel log. Write down every time you leave the United States and every time you return. Keep copies of your boarding passes. Keep your passport stamps organized. And follow this critical rule. Try to make sure that in any 12-month period, you spend more days inside the United States than outside. If you must take a long trip, if there is a family emergency, a sick parent, a business obligation, before you leave, consider filing Form I-131, the application for travel document, to get a re-entry permit. A re-entry permit is valid for up to 2 years, and it tells USCIS and CBP, I am leaving, but I intend to come back. I am not abandoning my residence. Also, maintain strong ties to the United States while you are abroad. Keep your bank account active. Keep paying rent or mortgage. Keep your car registered. Keep your U.S. phone number active. File your U.S. taxes. All of these are evidence that your permanent home is still the United States. And here is a critical tip for the airport. If CBP asks you, where do you live? Do not say, I was visiting family in Pakistan, or I was visiting family in India. Say, I live in the United States. I was visiting abroad temporarily. My home is. That distinction matters. The words you choose at the airport can literally determine whether you keep your green card or lose it. Solution for mistake number 2, the public charge issue. First, know which benefits are exempt from public charge consideration. Emergency Medicaid is exempt. Disaster relief is exempt. School lunch programs are exempt. Children's Health Insurance Program, CHIP, is exempt. Benefits received by your U.S. citizen children are generally exempt if they were the primary beneficiary, not you. Second, if you have received any government benefits, keep every piece of documentation. Keep the award letters. Keep the approval notices. Keep the termination notices when you stopped receiving the benefit. You need to be able to show USCIS exactly what you received, for how long, and why. Third, Before your USCIS interview, prepare a strong public charge package. This means proof of employment, recent pay stubs, a letter from your employer. Proof of income. Tax returns showing your household income is above 125% of the federal poverty guidelines. Proof of health insurance. Proof of assets, bank statements, property ownership, retirement accounts. The goal is to overwhelm the officer with evidence that you are self-sufficient and not likely to become a public charge. Do not just bring the minimum. Bring everything. The more evidence you have, the less room they have to question you. And if an officer asks about benefits during your interview, answer honestly but precisely. Say, my U.S. citizen child received Medicaid. I did not personally receive cash assistance. Here is the documentation. Do not volunteer extra information. Answer the question that was asked. Nothing more. Solution for mistake number 3, the phone and social media danger. This one requires immediate action from every single person watching this video. First, before you travel internationally, clean up your phone. Delete messages that could be misinterpreted. And I am not telling you to destroy evidence of anything illegal. I am telling you to remove conversations that could be taken out of context. That joke you made about working under the table? Delete it. That message where you said, I am never going back to America? Delete it. That post where you complained about your visa status? Delete it. Because CBP officers do not know you. They do not know your sense of humor. They do not know that you were joking. They see a message and they take it at face value. Second, make your social media profiles private before you travel. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, set everything to private. Remove any posts that could contradict your immigration applications. Third, if a CBP officer asks to see your phone, know your rights. U.S. citizens can refuse a phone search without consequences. But if you are a green card holder or on a visa, refusing a phone search can lead to further questioning, delays, and in some cases, denial of entry. So the best strategy is not to refuse, but to make sure there is nothing problematic on your phone before you travel. Fourth, and this is critical, if you are going through any USCIS process, go through your social media and make sure everything matches your application. Your addresses, your employment history, your marital status, your travel history. Everything. USCIS has a dedicated social media monitoring unit. They are checking. This is confirmed and this is real. Fifth, consider having a separate phone for travel. A clean phone with minimal data. Your essential apps, your boarding passes, your hotel reservations. Leave your personal phone at home. This is not about hiding anything illegal. This is about protecting yourself from misinterpretation. Solution for mistake number 4, the tax filing error. If you have not filed taxes for 1 or more years, do not panic. But you do need to act immediately. Contact a tax professional, a CPA, or an enrolled agent who has experience with immigrant clients. File your back taxes as soon as possible. The IRS has a process for filing late returns. And in most cases, if you file voluntarily before the IRS contacts you, they are much more lenient. If you are filing for naturalization or any immigration benefit, bring all of your tax returns to your interview. All of them, even the ones from years ago. Bring the actual returns and the IRS tax transcripts. You can order tax transcripts for free from the IRS website or by calling the IRS. Form 4506. T is what you need. Make sure your tax returns are consistent with your immigration applications. If your green card application said you were married, your tax return should say married filing jointly or married filing separately. Not single, not head of household unless that genuinely applies. And here is a tip that most people do not know. If you filed taxes and you made an error, you can file an amended return using Form 1040-X. Fix the error before USCIS finds it. It is much better to show USCIS that you found an error and corrected it, than for them to find the error and accuse you of fraud. Solution for mistake number 5, police interactions. This is where I need you to memorize some very important things. If you are stopped by police, whether it is a traffic stop, a knock on your door, or any situation, remember these key rules. Rule number 1, stay calm. Do not run. Do not argue. Do not resist. Resisting arrest, even if the arrest is unjustified, is a separate criminal charge that can destroy your immigration case. Rule number 2, you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to answer questions about your immigration status. If a police officer asks, "Are you a citizen?" or where are you from, or what is your immigration status. You can politely say, I am exercising my right to remain silent. I would like to speak with an attorney. Say those words. Practice them. Memorize them. I am exercising my right to remain silent. I would like to speak with an attorney. Rule number 3. If you are arrested, do not sign anything without an attorney present. Do not sign a voluntary departure form. Do not sign any document that you do not fully understand, even if they pressure you, even if they say it will make things easier. Do not sign. Rule number 4. If you are a green card holder, carry your green card with you at all times. You are legally required to under INA Section 264(e). Having your green card on you during a police interaction prevents a lot of complications. Rule number 5. Always disclose any police interaction on your immigration applications, even if there was no arrest, even if there were no charges, even if you were the victim. Disclose it. The question on Form N-400 asks about any interaction with law enforcement. The question on Form I-485 asks about arrests, citations, and charges. Answer these questions truthfully and completely. It is always better to over-disclose than to under-disclose. Because remember what I told you about the man from Nigeria. His naturalization was denied not because of what happened, but because he did not tell USCIS about it. And here is a bonus tip that I want everyone to do today. Right now, go to the USCIS website. Log into your USCIS online account. If you do not have one, create one immediately at my.uscis.gov. Check the status of every pending case. Check for any requests for evidence, any RFEs, any notices, any updates. Do this every single week. Because in 2026, USCIS is sending digital notices that sometimes do not arrive by mail. If you miss a deadline to respond to an RFE, your case can be denied automatically. Set a calendar reminder. Every Monday, check your USCIS account. This one habit can save your case. Let me summarize what we covered today, because this is critical. Mistake number 1, the travel trap. Watch your travel patterns. Keep a log. Get a re-entry permit if you need extended travel. Maintain U.S. ties. Mistake number 2, the public charge issue. Know which benefits are exempt. Document everything. Bring a strong financial package to your interview. Mistake number 3, phone and social media. Clean your devices before travel. Make profiles private. Ensure consistency with your applications. Mistake number 4, tax filing. File every year. Fix errors with amended returns. Bring transcripts to your interview. Mistake number 5, police interactions. Stay calm. Exercise your rights. Carry your green card. And always disclose everything on your applications. 5 mistakes. 5 traps. And now you know all of them. You are more prepared than 95% of immigrants in this country right now. But only if you act on what I just told you. Knowledge without action is useless. And I need to be very direct with you. The immigration enforcement environment in 2026 is more aggressive than we have seen in decades. ICE operations are expanding. USCIS adjudications are getting stricter. CBP is using more technology. Local police cooperation with federal immigration authorities is at an all-time high. This is not about politics. This is not about left or right. This is about reality. And the reality is, the system right now is designed to catch mistakes. Your job is to not make those mistakes. And that brings me to the most important thing I can tell you today. Staying informed is your best protection. Immigration policy is changing every single week in 2026. New guidance memos, new enforcement priorities, new court decisions that change the rules overnight. If you are not staying updated, you are flying blind. And flying blind in this environment is extremely dangerous. That is exactly why I created my WhatsApp channel. I send real-time updates every time something changes that could affect your case. ICE operation alerts, USCIS policy changes, court decisions, visa bulletin updates. Everything you need to know delivered straight to your phone before it hits the news. The link to join my WhatsApp channel is in the description below and in the pinned comment. Join it right now. It is free, and it could be the thing that saves your case. Also, if this video helped you, and I know it did, do me a favor. Hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it helps this video reach more people who need this information. There are millions of immigrants in this country who have no idea about these traps. Your one like, your one share, could save someone's green card, could save someone's family from being separated. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and turn on the bell notification. Hit all notifications so you never miss a video, because I am posting updates every single week. And the next video could be about a rule change that affects your specific case. Share this video right now. Send it to your family group, chat on WhatsApp. Send it to your friends. Send it to your coworkers who are on visas. Send it to anyone you know who has a pending immigration case. This information is too important to keep to yourself. I want to leave you with this final thought. The United States immigration system is complicated. It is stressful. It is scary. I know that. And I know many of you watching this are dealing with that stress right now. You are worried about your case. You are worried about your family. You are losing sleep over this. But here is what I want you to remember. The system, no matter how strict it gets, rewards people who are prepared, people who know the rules, people who document everything, people who tell the truth, people who stay informed. That is you. You watched this entire video. You are one of the prepared ones now. Stay safe out there. Stay informed. Protect your family. Check your USCIS account every week. Join my WhatsApp for real-time alerts. And I will see you in the next video, where I am going to reveal something about the October 2026 visa bulletin that nobody is talking about. You do not want to miss that one. Until then, stay safe, stay updated, and take care of yourself and your loved ones.